favorite, John Denver. Recording star, Earl Thomas Conley. Country legend, Buck Owens. And the talented Shelby Lynn. And now, live from Opryland, USA, welcome the host of Nashville Now, Ralph Emery.
Jerry, come over here. I want to talk to you.
Oh,
come over here.
Hi. Sorry.
Jerry, there's a place where the theme ends. I come out and I say good evening and welcome to Nashville Now.
Oh, but
that's...
I've never had an orchestra like this before, and I just got carried. I forgot you were here. I'm sorry. And it sounded so good. Didn't it sound great, folks?
I know you were having fun, but you see, I have to introduce the opening act, and then we have all the songs, as you know, to get through, and we have a lot to do tonight.
Well, who's on?
Well, Buck Owens. Gary just announced, of course, you couldn't hear because you were up with your big string section tonight. Right. But that's all we have time for. I'm really sorry. I will say this: if you can talk them into it when the show is over, why don't you hang around and play a while?
Jam after something.
Are they the new regulars on the show?
Yeah, I've just hired them today.
I see. Yeah. Actually, I think they're here because of the gentleman I'm about to introduce.
Sure.
He is a fellow I watched last night at the CMA Awards show, and I've enjoyed his work for many years. I love his town. I go there every year to ski, and that's Aspen, Colorado, where he lives on Red Mountain, I believe. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to welcome to Nashville Now, John Denver.
Thanks, Ralph. A country girl in Paris, moonlight on the Seine, memories of Tennessee, Nashville in the rain. Such a contradiction, a heart that's filled with pain. A country girl in Paris, dreaming Nashville in the rain. She walks along the boulevard, Champs-Élysées, thinks about a country boy 3,000 miles away. Pride is such a hard thing, there's such a price to pay. To be all alone in Paris with true love so far away. Up upon Montmartre, where she stops to rest a while, all the artists look at her and they long to paint her smile. For even in her sorrow, there's something in her eyes. Makes the young men jealous, makes the old men sigh. Is always linked to pain. But once the heart is open, nothing ever is the same. So the evening lends itself to lovers and romance, the way to heal a broken heart Give true love just one more chance. A country girl in Paris, moonlight on the Seine, memories of Tennessee, Nashville in the rain. Such a contradiction, a heart that's filled with pain. A country girl in Paris, dreaming Nashville in the rain. Ah, country girl in Paris, longing for Nashville in the rain.
That's very nice. John Fenner, welcome to our show. Nice to see you. I believe Country Girl in Paris is your new record, correct?
It's a brand new single, yes, sir.
Well, I wish you well with it.
Thank you.
Hello. John Denver is going to sing the song that was the song of the year in country music, 1975, called Back Home Again. Here's John Denver.
There's a storm across the valley. Clouds are rolling in. The afternoon is heavy on your shoulders. There's a truck out on the 4-lane, a mile or more away, and the whining of his wheels just makes it colder. He's an hour away from riding on your prayers up in the sky. 10 days on the road, barely gone. There's a fire softly burning, supper's on the stove, but it's the light in your eyes that makes him warm. Sing it to me. It's good to be back home again. Sometimes it's so far, feels like a long lost friend. Yes, it's good to be back home again. There's all the news to tell you. Honey, how do you spend your time? Tell me what's the latest thing the neighbors say. And your mother called last Friday and sunshine made her cry. And you felt the baby move just yesterday. It's good to be back home again. Yes, it is. Sometimes it's so far, feels like a long lost friend. Yes, it's good to be back home again. All the time that I can lay this tired old body down and feel your fingers feather soft upon me. The kisses that I live for and the love that lights my way. Happiness living with you brings me. It's the sweetest thing I know of, just spending time with you. It's the little things that make a house a home, like a fire soft burning, a supper on the stove, and the light in your eyes keeps me warm. You all sing it. It's good to be back home again. Sometimes it's so far, feels like a long way. Yes, it's good to be back home again. One more time. It's good to be back home again. Oh, yeah. Sometimes this old farm feels like a long lost friend. It's good to be back home again. I said, hey, it's so good to be back home again.
That's wonderful. That's
How about that?
That's strong. That is strong.
Like Grandma's rice soup.
Henry Ford used to say it's strong as a garlic milkshake. John, that's terrific.
All right, beautiful, John. That's great.
Could you hear Buck over here singing the harmony?
I wish I had.
Tomorrow night, Mickey Gilley, the McCarters. On the same stage, Doug Kershaw and Joel Saunier. And Shotgun Red.
Shotgun Red.
Yes, Shotgun Red will be here tonight. Let's call the roll. Miss Shelby Lynn. My brother in country music, Alvis Edgar Buck Owens. Wonderful Earl Thomas Conley. I want to tell John Denver how special we think it is that he came to our city. John, thank you. John Denver, ladies and gentlemen. Please come back. And please keep us posted on your upcoming adventures in outer space. Mr. Whitehurst, let's go home. Good night, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, John Denver. John, how are you? Nice to see you.
Nice to see you again, sir. Oh, my.
I don't know that anybody's ever mooned anybody on this show till tonight.
Or on television. I was on the Tonight Show once, and one of my guests was a friend of Doris Day's, and she talked about how Doris Day, I did one of her specials, and that she said I had such little buns. And they made some big deal about that, and finally the producer of the show, Fred Cordoba, had me get up and turn around, and I was very close to dropping my trousers right there on the Tonight Show. But I didn't have the nerve to do it, so this has got to be a first.
I understand you've been working all day with the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band.
I have. They're doing another... They're wonderful guys, and they're doing another Let the Circle Be Unbroken album, Volume 2, and a whole lot of artists are participating in that, and they asked me to come in, and we did a wonderful song today called So It Goes, with Everything But Love, and boy, I just had a good time. It's been a long day. And
Who else was there were there other guest stars there?
Not on the session today, no. We just did the one song, those guys and myself and the musicians.
Of course, you and the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band go back to Aspen together.
Over 20 years, Ralph. We've been together in Aspen. We used to jam together in the old days when Steve Martin was their opening act. And they also have guested on a Christmas special that I have coming up December 19th, I think, on, can I say them?
Certainly.
On CBS.
What's the name of the Christmas special?
It's called Christmas in Aspen. I have Ann Murray and the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band and a friend of mine from the Soviet Union, Alexander Grodsky. And I think you'll love the special. It's just all music, and it's wonderful.
I have, excuse me, I don't mean to correct you. Perhaps I have the incorrect information. I have December 21st written here.
Could be. I'm generally the last to know in these situations. I believe that it's the 19th. At one point, they were thinking about the 21st, which is a Wednesday, right? And then,
Yes, and the 19th is a Monday.
yeah. So, and I don't know. Watch both nights, folks.
Who is the Russian gentleman that you made reference to?
His name is Alexander Grodsky. He's the most popular singer-songwriter in the Soviet Union, and I met him on my first trip over there, and we really sort of cemented our relationship one night. I had done a concert at the American Ambassador's residence in Moscow, and afterwards went over to Sasha's apartment. We sat up till about 4 in the morning drinking vodka and singing Beatles songs. That was the only English he knew, the words to those songs, and a couple of country songs. And we've become good friends.
Now, when did you do the album with the Muppets?
Well, this was done, golly, I think it's about 10 years ago now. We did a Christmas special that was shown, I think, 4 or 5 years in a row for ABC. And we did this album together, and I think that it was either the first or second Christmas album to ever go platinum. So it's a wonderful album.
So is this a reissue in CD?
It's the first time it's been issued in compact disc, yes, sir.
What are you singing with the Muppets? I haven't looked at the contents.
Well, Silent Night, and there's a thing called the Peace Carol on there, and a few funny things that they do.
Do you do duets like with Miss Piggy?
I have a duet with
Kermit?
Miss Piggy. I have a duet with Rolf the dog. So.
Yeah, he was the first character, the one on the Jimmy Dean show.
That's right, that's right. I was listening to your questions a while ago. I was checking myself to see if I knew some of those answers, and I think I would have done all right.
Jimmy Dean told me that he first met Jim Henson in Washington, and the Muppets were on a local show, and Jimmy put him on his network television show.
It's amazing how far they've gone. They're popular all over the world. Kermit the Frog is known everywhere.
Now, I'm planning to go back to Aspen again this Christmas for the 10th or 11th straight year. I'm kind of curious about where you shot the special.
We shot it at the T. Lazy 7 Ranch.
Oh, okay.
We shot it up in Starwood and up near Ashcroft, a lot of places.
T. Lazy 7 is one of my favorite places.
Is that right?
Yes.
Well, you'll love it in the special. We had several hundred people came out at night, and it was just colder than, you wouldn't have enjoyed it at all. And these people stayed with us about 3 or 4 hours. They were dancing while the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band and I were playing, and we had the forest all lit up, and it was snowing. A huge campfire going. It's just, you've never seen anything like it on television, I promise.
John, are you going back into the movies?
I hope so. I'm taking some time off. A lot of things have happened since the last time I was here, Ralph. Most specifically, my wife, Cassie, is pregnant. We're going to have a baby.
Well, congratulations.
And, thank you very much. It's perhaps a longer story than worth saying here, but it's truly a miracle in my life, and so I've put everything on hold. I've been wanting to take some time off for a while. I think this is the perfect excuse, and so until well after that baby's born, I'm not doing anything. And we have plans to make a movie down in Australia in October, November next year.
With
Cassie.
You and your wife are going to be in the movie?
Yeah,
Going to use the baby?
Well, you never can tell.
Is this your first child?
Well, I have 2 adopted children, but I had never been able to have children.
Well, I got 6, which proves that stuttering ain't got nothing to do with it.
Doesn't affect your kissing, doesn't affect...
No.
John, are you in town specifically for the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band album?
Well, yes, sir. That was the catalyst for being here. It's my day off. It's the first day I've had off since before November. And but they asked me to do this. This was the day they could fit it in, and so that's what I came to do. And then we had the chance to come be with you again, which I appreciate.
I'm delighted to see you. Are you telling me that you were taking the remainder of this year off?
No, I have...
You're going to the moon or somewhere, ain't you?
I'm working on it.
Somewhere?
Actually, it looks more like now, if I go, it will be to the moon and not back. I have a lot of people interested in investing in a one-way ticket for me.
The guy in Nebraska.
That's right, yeah.
John, it's nice to see you. We're going to take a break. After this, Mel Tillis,
Oh, boy.
breezy Mel Tillis, is going to sing a song for us. We'll be right back. A man who dressed for the occasion, Mel Tillis. Also, how about a hand for the Nashville Now singers? Didn't they do a nice job tonight? Singers, thank you very much. We have to leave you, my friends. Thank you so much for watching our show. Mr. Whitehurst, let's go home. Good night, everyone.